So I'm rocking the firewall, so that way enemies that I'm close to are going to be getting extra damage as long as I'm within 30 feet of you or 10 meters. Enemies are going to be doing 10% damage. That's one of my favorite things about this build. That and this cluster grenade. The cluster grenade is amazing. For my primary, I'm going to be using the Lady Death, just basically going to be running around. This build works in PvE and also PvP. All those people that are annoying the fuck out of you in the Dark Zone with the damn foam or with the fire, you can run this in there and they can just keep on spamming their fire on you and you will not take damage. It's funny. Um, for my secondary, I'm going to be racking ACS-12 with NSYNC. It's probably NSYNC is by far my favorite weapon talent at the moment. Hitting an enemy grants 15% skill damage for 5 seconds. Using a skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants 15% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Damage increases are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time. So basically, I pull out my shield and I get the one buff. So, plop! And then I get the second buff from shooting somebody. It's kind of awesome. But it only works when I have the NSYNC. So I switch over to this one and pop this, get one off, second off, I've got the double buff right there. Um, so it helps out a lot in the Dark Zone. Let's say somebody starts shooting you, you pop out the shield, you could drop your hive, and now your hive's going to be doing damage to people, so you have that. You can stand in the same spot because you don't have to worry about getting foamed or anything, and then you just wreck everybody with your shotgun. You still do a decent amount of damage. I'm not saying you're going to be doing a lot of damage just because you are only a 2 red build with this. Um, I'm also going to be using NSYNC on my pistol as well. But yeah, for that 100% hazard protection, you're going to be needing to rock 3 pieces of 511, and you need hazard protection on every single piece. Um, so for my first piece of 511, I'm also trying to build a crit build with this a little bit, just so that way I can do a little bit of damage. I mean, I'm not going to be doing much, but at least I'm a good, like, hey, you can't do anything to me type of build. Um, so I've got the 511 mask, I've got a 511 backpack, still same thing, hazard protections, armor. I have Wicked on here, which procs off with my bleed hive over here, so I'll be doing an additional 20% weapon damage, or 18% weapon damage, as well as the NSYNC giving me 30, so I'm almost at 50% weapon damage. So though I'm missing out on some reds, I still at least have some. Um, and then you're going to be wanting to rock 2 pieces of Seska. The first piece is going to give you crit chance, but that second piece is going to give you that hazard protection. And like I said, all you're going for is hazard protection on this build. So roll hazard protection onto the gloves. I had it rolled onto my holster as well. Still had some decent pieces with crit chance on there. I wish I didn't have that health on these gloves though, and I had either crit chance or headshot damage. Um, and then I have a pair of 511 knee pads as well to get that third piece for that additional 10% hazard protection. And Y'all gear, 10% hazard protection plus the 10% on there. This piece is not the ideal piece that I want on there, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just threw this on there just to make the build. I don't necessarily, I'm not too fond of the talent that I have on here. I was basically just doing it so that way I can get a piece of Y'all gear like I have Hollow Man Mask. I could do it that way, but um, I don't know. Until I can switch that up, this is what I'm gonna rock at the moment, because at least the reassign killing an enemy grants 1 round of random special ammo on your sidearm. So at least if I kill somebody, I get that special ammo, shooting and applying a status effect, so then I shoot somebody with that, and then I'm gonna be doing extra damage as well with the Wicked. So it kind of works out all together pretty good. So you've got the 60% from all the pieces with the hazard protection. You got 10% from the 511. You got the 10% from your Seska, and you got 10% from your Y'all, only putting you up to 90. that's where your watch comes in. You can throw that last little bit of hazard protection right here, so you get the extra 10%, throwing you up to 100% hazard protection. You can walk in fire, you can do all that. It's kind of funny when you see these guys with skill builds and they're like, why am I not doing any damage to you? Yeah, because there's a counter to it, motherfucker. So yeah, this is my hazard build. This is the one I built up. Actually, I gotta overwrite that real quick. And yeah, honestly, this build seems to do a decent amount of damage. I have the shield to help protect myself, and also to proc off the in-sync, and then as well as the wicked. So, I mean, it does alright. Let's see, what can I proc it up to? I wonder why that isn't working. What's going on with the DPS here? That's more like it. That looks about right. So I'll hit him with the special ammo, and then I can pull out this, get the in-sync, and it does even more. I mean, for having 2 reds on a build and being able to do heroic named in almost 2 clips of the ACS, I would say this isn't a half bad build. Honestly, I don't even know if I have shotgun damage into my flamethrower. So, it all works out honestly pretty well. And this is a build I'll rock. I might rock it in the new raid depending on if it's a hazard raid or not. But at the moment, this is just if somebody's being a jackass in the dark zone, just lighting everybody on fire, I can just go in there and counter them with this. 1.4 million armor, so I'm still doing a decent amount. My stats, I'm at 57 crit chance. Damn, I need to drop that down a little bit. 73 crit damage, 40 all weapon. I've got 27. Yeah, I don't even have shotgun damage on this build, and I did that. I'm okay with that. But yeah, so I've got the 27 SMG damage plus the 40. That works pretty well. Yeah, 100% hazard protection. Numbers look pretty decent. I like it when I see that. Except I don't like seeing 10% explosive resistance. Alrighty, boys. Well, that's that. Yeah, we'll catch you next time.